All right, guys. Hey, YouTube. I'm on YouTube now, too. I've been live on Instagram and Facebook throughout the viewing of the program. So, I'm just kind of ending everything right now. It's funny because it's the next show. Yeah, so the next, the next thing that was airing was a Chris Brown performance of his latest video. That's interesting. But maybe it's a good thing that I linked to Chris Brown. Give me 1 second, guys, on YouTube. I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Instagram Live right now. So what has just happened is that we've just seen the second viewing of the Heritage Concert live on my YouTube channel. As you guys know, it's on OnlyFans now. It's been on OnlyFans on my OnlyFans channel since last week when it first aired. So you can go view it at OnlyFans at any point in time, really, that you want to. You would just have to subscribe to my OnlyFans channel, and you can see all the other Gene Clout content in addition to the Heritage Concert. So go over to my OnlyFans channel and subscribe to OnlyFans to view the Heritage Concert, and also my other content. This will only be available for the next 24 hours, so until about 7 p.m. tomorrow night. So at 8 p.m. it's going to go off. And then the next free viewing on YouTube will be next Sunday. So you guys can actually schedule when you see the link on my channel. I'm probably going to upload it probably tonight. But just to give you guys the date, let me pull up my calendar here. That's weird. Not sure why it's not pulling up. 1 second. So I have my calendar here. So next Sunday, the airing date is December the 13th. So December the 13th will be the next air date. Also, what's significant about the next free airing date on YouTube is that me and Sunny will be going live, definitely on Instagram and hopefully on Facebook and YouTube as well. We'll be going live to discuss just different things about the production, all the things that we were excited about doing for the production. But I just wanted to talk a little bit more for everybody on Instagram and everybody that's on Facebook and now everybody that's on YouTube as well about the concert. This was a very passionate project of mine to bring the compositions of my people to the forefront that represent classical music, but also represent my culture and my heritage as well. So these are Negro spirituals, which are very close to my culture and heritage in particular, but they're also very, very eccentric, not just eccentric, but very essential to the classical canon of 20th century music. Negro spirituals, especially when it comes to the compositions that were known throughout the beginning of Hollywood to now. These compositions by the composers of the people that I've brought forward, they've been very instrumental in the foundation of the music that we've known since the beginning of pretty much any kind of media in America here, since the film industry started in the early 1900s until this point. So some of these composers like Hall Johnson, they're very they go back, the lineage goes back to the first things that you probably heard that you ever seen on TV. Like when you think about old westerns and silent pictures with just orchestral scores, these were the types of composers that were relevant and that were contributing to what the mass consciousness of music is that we know of at this time. They were coming from what we call Black people in this age, but the indigenous people that are descendants of the indigenous people from around the world, but specifically of America as well. So the American Negro created the Negro spiritual that we know of. So that was one big thing. There were a lot of composers. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the songs with you guys, because next week we're going to talk more about the production process. But just specifically on my part of this presentation, which was the part of the songs that I sang, I want to talk a little bit more about the production of the songs. I want to talk a little bit more about the composers. So the songs that I sang, the first song was Great Day by Thomas Kerr. The second song was Nobody Knows the Trouble I Sing by H.T. Burley. The third song was Ride on King Jesus by Hall Johnson. Those three songs are very, very known, well-known song in the classical music world as far as Negro spirituals are concerned. The Thomas Kerr arrangement is pretty much popularized by Jesse Norman and a lot of other people that have also done it as well. I don't want to just say Jesse Norman, but I am extending that lineage. And that particular arrangement is very famous, and I love that arrangement by Thomas Kerr. H.T. Burley, he's written many things other than spirituals, including his own. All these composers have written things other than just spirituals, but they've done art songs and other classical compositions or the style of their age. They've done them in these times. H.T. Burley and Hall Johnson doing the Ride on King Jesus, which he did folk music. He did spirituals. He did full out operas and cantatas as well that represented the works of our people. So Hall Johnson is very instrumental. In the second set, we did Were You There by Moses Hogan. We did Still Away by Hall Johnson again. And we also did You Can Tell the World by Margaret Bonds. So that group was more so for a tribute, but we also wanted to end on a positive note with the You Can Tell the World. Margaret Bonds is another very prolific composer as well. She produced a lot of spirituals, and so did Moses Hogan. Even the ensemble pieces that I did as well, several of them were by Moses Hogan as well. So, he's a pretty prolific composer himself. So, these compositions, these are the composers of the arrangements that you've heard from this program. So you'll have to do your research, but this is pretty common in the classical world. So you want to look them up because a lot of their compositions led to what we know as the modern gospel genre right now, and even modern pop music, R&B, blues, whatever you name it. Whatever you want to name, that came from a lot of liturgical music of the 20th century by Black composers. So you can even hear it. So as you listen to some of the things and listen to other people sing it, you'll hear the chord progressions. A lot of the things about the song itself will be alive in the things that you listen to today. So keep that in mind. In addition, we have, so the first two ensemble pieces were the John Lundy, What a Friend We Have in Jesus, which I explained to you during that time. So What a Friend We Have in Jesus is a new, different composition of the What a Friend We Have in Jesus from the original. I believe it's an Irish hymn, or it's some European style hymn from a long time ago. And then it's been redone many times by many American composers, but also that's a different composition. Also, we had The Precious Lord, which is known in our community, the quote unquote Black community, to be one of our liturgical songs, The Precious Lord by Thomas Dorsey, which is a very famous piece in our community. Then the second group of songs the third group of songs, we have The Witness by Hall Johnson, and we have the Sweet Little Jesus Boy by Robert McGimpsey. We talked a lot about Hall Johnson. Robert McGimpsey was actually a white man, to my understanding, as far as composers, but he had in his lineage, he actually had a lot of slaves in his ancestry, like his predecessors had slaves, and they would listen to slave music, and he was inspired, even though he wasn't born in that age, I don't believe. But from the age that he was in, he was inspired by the music of the slaves to compose. So everything, a lot of the things that he did, Robert McGimpsey, excuse me, that he did was inspired by the music that he heard as a child and just growing up. So keep that in mind. A lot of things that we hear now, not even back then, but even now, they're inspired by things that come from black, not just black art, but black our inspiration in just a lot across the board, no matter the genre of music or the facet of life that it is. Just like this, he also got that inspiration as well. The final two pieces were the two ensemble pieces we did that Jadrian Tarver was the feature soloist for. We have the Certainly Lord, which was the second piece. We had the Lord, I Want to Be a Christian. Both of those were arranged by Moses Hogan. Moses Hogan, we talked about him also. The Were You There was by him. He did a lot of, I would say he did a lot of compositions for ensemble. So we're talking about a choir or a group. But in addition, he also did things for solo singer. He did a lot. So check out Moses Hogan. You can learn more about his life and the different types of compositions. There are many recordings. I'm sure you all would probably be surprised, but a lot of compositions that you've heard were actually the foundation of when they started was from Moses Hogan. So you want to take a look at that. Moses Hogan was very active in the 80s, and he died a while ago. I can't remember his exact death date. I want to say it probably was in the 90s. But he brought a lot to the community, the classical community, of these types of arrangements. So definitely listen to some of his compositions, both solo and ensemble. And the last two compositions that I did was it was the Uzi Brown Fix Me Jesus. And I talked a little bit more about Uzi Brown and Joseph Hubert, who I is a very prolific composer as well, or just in general, he's just prolific in his work. He's a known Broadway artist, director, conductor, composer. He does a lot of things in the industry. And I was very grateful to be able to present one of his apparently not well known pieces, the He'll Bring It to Pass. So that's not well known. I was introduced to it by Dr. Louise Toppin, who is one of the people that have definitely contributed to this project as well. But she made me aware of that piece, and it was a privilege and an honor to bring that piece to the forefront in this production. So I'm just very grateful for these composers that brought forth this music. And though all of them are different, all of them have their own life path, all of them have their own struggles, and they lived a life of humanity, just like any other life that we all live now. But I just knowing about them, researching about their personal lives, and just seeing what they produce is just so inspirational to me as an artist, to me as a composer, to me as a producer. And I feel a need to extend the knowledge of these people in this age and to basically bring it forward so that the new generations can also get this intonation and this frequency and bring it forward into the future and just manifest this in the future in different versions and just different inspirations of how this could possibly be. So in my special thanks at the end, this is the last thing, and I'm not gonna keep you guys for too much longer. I know it's getting late, but I just want to talk about the people that I gave special thanks to. I gave a lot of thanks to different people, but I had a section that was a special thanks and acknowledgement to the living legends that for me in this age in 2020, I'm grateful to be exposed to them, the living legends that bring forth this energy into this world. And I would say in a lot of ways, we can say some of them are elders, some of them might not consider themselves elder age, but these are elders in our community as a quote unquote Black community. And basically descendants of indigenous people from around the world, and they strive to still bring the frequency and the vibration of these people from the past into this age, the modern age, and they want to basically manifest it and send it into the future. So I wanted to be an extension of that lineage. So I wanted to make sure that I acknowledge these people. And one is the brilliant Dr. Willis C. Patterson, who without him, a lot of knowledge of spirituals and African American art, songs, and literature and compositions of our people would not be very well known if it wasn't for him. Dr. Willis C. Patterson. He is a Michigan native. He's been all over the world, all over the country. He's taught other HBCUs. He's done a lot to catalog and bring forth into our mainstream consciousness, the consciousness of the world. He's done a lot to bring this information forward and to manifest this in the new age. So Willis C. Patterson, Dr. Louise Toppin, who's also of in Michigan as well. She's another prolific composer, another researcher. She's a beautiful performer as well. Her voice is very beautiful. Me listening to many of her recordings inspired me to extend this lineage as well. So I just had to make mention of that. Dr. Louise Toppin to me is a living legend. She's given me access to a lot of these recording, these arrangements that you hear in this production now. So I would like to definitely thank her. Dr. Uzi Brown, which I've mentioned before, Dr. Uzi Brown here and more here in Atlanta. I don't know if he remembers me when he came to speak to the students at Georgia State, but it was a few Black students in the room. So it was very inspiring to hear him bring forward that. And I already had his spiritual book, so I knew of him. I just had never met him in person. So to hear him actually come and speak to us as students at Georgia State was very inspiring. And to be able to sit here today and bring his composition, his arrangement of Fix Me Jesus to the forefront. And even another one of his blogs, some of the quotes from his spiritual book is actually in this production as well. So I appreciate him so much. And I give him honor and acknowledgement for continuing to be a living legend to bring this energy here to us here on Earth. So we thank him for his contributions. And last but not least, Joseph Hubert. My hat goes off to him. I that's a mentor in a lot of ways to me. I strive to be like him. In the aspect of what he brings to the entertainment world. He's prolific in what he does for Broadway. He's a prolific composer, pianist, just all the conductor, everything that he does is just if you research him, when you spell his last name, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't exactly know how to pronounce his last name, but hold on, hey Kissy K I'll be on Instagram. How you doing? But I you spell his last name like Joubert. So his name is Joseph Joubert. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but I'm gonna say Hubert. But that's how you spell his last name. You guys definitely need to Google him. You'd be surprised to what that's out current that he has contributed to. So I encourage you guys to research him and to look him up and to know more about all these composers that I've brought forward. Because one thing that we want to do is we want to make sure as a culture, as a people in our heritage, that we continue this lineage of letting people know in the future generations to send these vibration, these frequencies into the future. We want to send these things. So this is the bridge that I wanted to connect, and even to bring it to the younger generations now, younger than me, so that they can tell their children and their children can tell their children about these particular compositions by these particular people in the research, and just researching them and knowing the things that they brought up and the things that they researched. This is the idea of the Heritage Concert, to make it a stamp and a staple of what our people have brought to this world, what our people have brought to human consciousness. So I want to thank you guys for all that. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I definitely want to say, share this concert with 20 or more people if you can. Share this concert if you can with 20 or more people. This viewing of the concert will be up for the next 24 hours. It's about 8 p.m. tomorrow night. guys may not be able to see it for free on my YouTube channel. However, you can go over to my OnlyFans channel, www.onlyfans.com/GeneClout. You can go over to my OnlyFans channel and you can register and subscribe for my account. And you can see the Heritage Concert along with other programs, other not other programs, excuse me, what other programs do, but other Gene Cloud content that might be rare or might not be something that everybody has seen. But you all can see all the Gene Cloud content on my OnlyFans channel as well. So even if you cannot catch it between now and the 24-hour period that it will be up, you can see it at any point in time by subscribing to my OnlyFans channel. The next free viewing will be next week, December the 13th, on YouTube here, where I will be live with Sister Sunny Patterson, my beautiful god sister, and we will talk more about what she did in the program. I want to talk to you more about her words. I want you all to understand. I want you all to listen more to her words. So, of course, listen to the music as well. Listen to the compositions of our people. Listen to the voice, my voice, bring forth these the vibrations of our people. But listen to what Sunny says, and we're going to talk a lot more about that next week. So you guys just stay tuned. Next week, if you don't see it here on YouTube by in the next 24 hours, you can either go to OnlyFans or tune in for free next week. You all will see if you subscribe. Actually, you guys subscribe to my channel now. Click the bell on my channel. Subscribe to my channel and watch it. And for those of you who are just now joining this, please go look at the Heritage Concert on YouTube tonight if you can. Or in the near future, the Heritage Concert is what we're talking about now on my live. We will basically be, it's going to be up for 24 hours, so check it out. If you can't see it, go over to my OnlyFans, subscribe to my OnlyFans, watch this concert and all my Gene Cloud concert. If you can't do that, you can come watch it again next week for free. And with me and Sister Sunny Patterson will be going live. Share this with as many people as possible. Share this with all your friends. Share this with all your people. We want to get this out, not so much to promote me, but to promote what our ancestors and what our predecessors seek to put out. We want to be a bridge. We do not want these people to forget this time, this age, what has happened in this time, in this age. We want them to know about the people that died in 2020. We want them to know about the police brutality. We want them to know not to do these things again, how we felt. We want them to be able to see and to, as Sunny said, to unravel all the knots and connect the dots. And then they will see and heed the call in the future to extend this lineage of just bringing forward these positive vibrations and just all the things that we bring into the universe. So I just want to let you guys know here on all my platforms, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram. I love you all. I support you all in all your endeavors. I pray that we all continue to grow and uplift each other in this universe, and that we continue to bring forth what is deep within us and manifest it in a positive way on this earth, and to continue to bring all the positive vibrations of our ancestors, of our predecessors, and of the universe that transmit through us as human beings, that we continue to bring these things to this world, continue to be the light in the darkness, continue to know what our ancestors have always known, to continue to have the strength that our ancestors have always had. We appreciate all the support and love that we've gotten through all this. We thank you so much. And last but not least, if you guys appreciate this production, two things I would say last but not least. First off, I would be remiss if I did not thank Fulton County, the Board of Commissioners, for giving me the funding to produce this program. I thank Fulton County Arts and Culture so much for their contributions to this vibration coming out into this time, coming forward from Georgia, from Fulton County, Georgia, from Atlanta, from this arena. I want to thank them for their contribution to seeing that this can be postured and can be forward it out to the generations to come. So thank you, Fulton County. And I would like to say, you guys, initially before COVID, this was supposed to be a paid concert. It wasn't going to be with this type of production particularly, but due to COVID-19 and the pandemic, we had to do it the way that we did it. So it can no longer be a service. It wasn't a product of like a live concert. So if you guys appreciate this and appreciate me as an artist and a producer, I pray that you all don't forget that these things don't happen for free. We have to make a livelihood as artists in the world, and regardless of that, we will always be artists. We will always want to do what we're doing. However, it's hard to live in the commercial society world and be an artist without putting a lot of time and energy into other aspects that are not art. So if there are 24 hours in a day, only so many hours of those days can go to working. If you work a 9 to 5, that's 8 hours out the day in another field other than art, you're more than likely going to be tired and burned out, just like anybody working any kind of 9 to 5. So I have taken a lot of the time this year to not really work a 9 to 5, but to put my energy, that 8 hours that would tire me out for the rest of the 24-hour time span. I've used that 8 hours and more to create this art and other art as well that you all will be seeing in the future. So I just want to tell you guys that the reality of being an artist is a different reality from living in this actual society, in this commercial world. So if you guys appreciate this, I ask you guys to please donate. The link is in the description of YouTube. The links are in the description of a lot of my different productions. If you go to the Heritage Concert, the links are on my Facebook, on my Instagram, and please donate. I have a link from PayPal. I have my Cash App, and I also have my Amazon wish list. And if you would like to see me create other quality productions like this one in the future, I ask that you all will donate and to give more resources, because unfortunately, and I'm just keeping it real, you guys, this world, the modern world, the commercial world does not support artists. Art is a pastime, a hobby, even though they'll put it as a degree in the school system, whether it's music or visual arts. It's looked at by our society as a hobby. Nobody takes this seriously, but if you all know the blood, sweat, and tears that not into this program that went, but into the composers that produced the music for this program, into the people that I've seen that inspired me to get to this, or that Sunny has seen that inspired her to be the artist that she is. If you've seen the blood, sweat, tears, and whole lives that have gone into this, it's worth so much more than what we in this age and what we in this society give to art. And if anything else, even if I make no money at all, it is my desire to forward these vibrations. If that's the only thing I do here in this lifetime, it is my desire to give this to the world. But I pray that you all see value and that you all appreciate what it is that you see, and that you all will donate and give back. And just look forward for more things in the future. Stay tuned. Next week, we'll be on live with Sonny Patterson. Donate in the links in the descriptions to the lives. Go watch the Heritage Concert on my YouTube channel. Watch the Heritage Concert on my YouTube channel. Share with 20 people. Share with as many people as you can. Like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my Instagram. Follow my Instagram. Follow my Facebook group. Reach out to me. Go to my website, guys. Reach out to me in any way. If you like any of the music, I can arrange for you to order the sheet music from the publishers, all of the above. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for the love and the support. Thank you to all my family back at home. I'm from Georgia. I live in Georgia. My people are from North Carolina. Thank all my North Carolina family for watching. Thank you all from all the places that I go. I spend a lot of time in LA and California. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Thank all my Southern family, my West Coast family, my international family, my friends from Italy, my friends from South America, my friends from Central America, all the people that have tuned in and have supported me. I thank you so much for your contributions. I thank you so much for everything that you guys have done. And I pray that you'll just continue to live life, be safe, be happy, be productive, and do and be the best of who you are. What your ancestors put into you, be the best at that. Be the best of that. Be the best illustration of all that you are, all that is in you at all times. So I love you guys, and I will be with you guys always in your mind and in your spirit. And peace out.